Time blocking strategy using your Outlook calendar.
Hello, everyone. We're going to be setting up our time management system on Outlook. We're starting with Outlook. Look to our how to subscribe to your Canvas calendar to be able to add assignments automatically that your professor has in Canvas for some classes, and depends on how the professor inputs it. It might be the best thing ever. It may not be, but let's get started. So, with getting started, I always like to start with what classes that you currently have. So, I'm going to be showing you a Monday, Wednesday schedule, and then we'll go from there. So I'm starting with English 101. When you create a calendar event, you can go to Edit and More Options. Then from there, you can make it reoccurring. So let's just say, this is the beginning of the semester. We can make it repeat every week on Mondays for this time period from 8 to 9:15. And then we can make it go for however long we would like. Usually the semester ends in December sometime. So let's just say the 15th arbitrarily. We'll set that as the repeat time, and then we'll save. And then when you go and look at the next week, that event you just made is now reoccurring going forward. Now I'm going to add a few more classes. Now for the online class, my last class, this is Political Science 100. So this is a Zoom meeting. So on here, you can make it reoccurring each week, but you can also add, whatever Zoom room that you have, so you can add that on there as well. And then that way, you'll have that Zoom link anytime you have class. You'll just click on your notification of the meeting, and then you'll be reminded that you have a Zoom meeting at that time. Now that we have our 4 classes on here, we can categorize them and change the different colors. So I think for the classes, I like more of a red because I, need to make sure I attend. So I'll go here and make these all red. All right, now that we have that on there, we can add our work schedule. In school, I worked as an Avid tutor, and these were about my hours. All right, so now that you have your class times, your work assignments, you can add any other responsibilities or events on here. Now you can kind of look at all the blank space. So if you have any gaps in your schedule, this would be great to go to tutoring and other events. So you could schedule that in there. Also, if you have a weekly supplemental instruction class or things like that. And, definitely for math and science, we recommend tutoring to maintain your grade. And then any of this other time you could be studying from 12 to 1. That's a great time to go to lunch, or maybe after your art class. It's kind of up to you with how you build your schedule, but you can put all that in here and have it all planned out.
Here I was just inputting when I plan to take lunch, and then also when I plan to do some supplemental instruction based off the schedule on the supplemental instruction website.
So now that you have your calendar planned out a little bit more fleshly, you'll have a little bit less breaks. You plan a little bit of activities in there. You can throw in a club activity. You can go to the Arboretum on one day and things like that too. So if you want to go even further, you can put your commute time on there as well.
Here I added the drive to school, and then below I add the time to leave school, to commute home.
All right, now that you have your school days planned out, your work, any other obligations, you can kind of look at any of this blank space, and you can start by seeing, oh, maybe on after work and stuff like that, I'll get home here after relaxing, and then I can start Art 101 discussion board. And you can put a time block for when you want to study. Let's just say you only want to study for 30 minutes, but you can duplicate that for twice a week. And then that way you kind of can get your assignments, and you can assign that a color too. Now, let's just say that you're studying for an exam or a quiz, for example. You can make it an all-day event, and it will put it right at the top here. So that way you will know what's going on that day and you'll know the major assignments. Now, with that quiz, let's just say you want to prep ahead of time. Usually I recommend prepping 2 or 3 days ahead of time, but for this example, let's just say on Sunday, the day before, you want to start studying at 9 a.m. and you'll study from 9 to 11. And then you can go to events, you can go to church or the swap meet or whatever you like to do. You can put that study time in there. And this is an example of how you can prep ahead of time. And then when you have the Canvas calendar assigned, you'll have some more assignments on here. They may be for the all day for that event, or they might be a specific time. So you can kind of add, even, let's just say for English class, you have to have a paper due ahead of time and signed in. You can put that assignment on there. So that's just one example. There's plenty of ways to do it, but this is a good start to your calendar if you followed along, and look forward to our next videos.
Now you'll be early for everything.